All right, guys. West Point Lake Willie here. It's my first YouTube video. I hoped that my first video would be better, but just like as it goes in fishing, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Some pretty funny footage I have there. I hope you subscribe. I will be coming to you with different things and sharing some different things with you. My videos may not be long, sometimes they might be, but I hope that everybody enjoys and starts to share my link or share my YouTube video. Enjoy the video. Well, hey guys, this may actually end up being my first YouTube video, so I'll tell you about myself a little bit. I have attempted to make a couple, and I just kind of epically failed. So we're going to start. My channel name will end up being West Point Lake Willie. I'm Will, and I do a lot of fishing on and around the West Point Lake, so I just thought it was kind of funny and cool. So that's kind of what we did. I don't have a GoPro, so I may not have any live action catches, or not really sure how I'm going to do this actually, but I'm going to do it from my cell phone if possible. I have brought with me many of my rods. I do fish from a bank a lot and from a small boat, a little V-hole, 12-foot. I made this little reel holder so that way I'm not limited to only taking all my poles to the boat, so I can quickly change and take more time to fish with the my time I have, because a lot of times I only fish for about 45 minutes. But just so you know, West Point Lake is a pretty hard lake to catch a lot of fish on. Today I've got a different plan, and when I get near the water, I'll show you guys what I got. I was telling you about my rod holder. I kind of just make things. When I need something and I don't really know what I need to get or what I need to get, I kind of throw something together, and normally it works. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes it looks really bad. This is not the best looking thing that I've ever made, but you know, that's what I got. I got a backpack that I use. This is one of my favorite spots. This is a place that they call Earl Cook. It actually has, I don't know if you can see it from here, but up there they actually has a beach. I wouldn't swim in this water, but there's, you know, they have a beach here. Over here in the slough, the water's down. They had the water really high this year, and now it's finally down a couple of feet, which means that bank fishers like myself have more access to different places. Before, we had to pretty much stay where they cut the grass, and now the water's kind of going back out, which means that we can actually have bank walking room again to allow us to get to spots that we do go to, but we can't get to now. We'll get back with you at the water. I know I said that a while ago, but I wanted to show you that real quick. All right, like I was saying earlier, I only have about 45 minutes or so today. So I'm going to take a different approach, because I really just want to catch fish and not just bass today. I recently got into bass fishing. It has not been something I have been good at very long, but I did have a great day. So I don't know if that was just a fluke or if I'm getting better at it. I believe I'm getting better at it, but here's I'm here at my location. I just seen a massive fish jump. It looked like a bass. I believe it was a bass. And they're feeding in these areas now. So hopefully, I don't have my boat today, so hopefully I can get these from the bank. But like I said, I'm gunning for a fish. So I'll show you what I got and how I'm gonna set up and get started with today. So today I have a light little rod that I'm gonna fish with. This is something that was brought to my attention. We got a little birthday gift for a couple of guys that do some fishing with me, and these come as one of the little baits in there, which you have to find a bait store around here to get worms and things like that, and you better catch a little small brim, because according to what they say on, I put you on the lake there because there's shad and big fish jumping. I just want to see if I could possibly catch one on camera while I'm talking to you. But getting back and forth to these bait shops are not hard, but they're getting very slim, and it's starting to cost quite a bit. And these things right here,
are sealed in some sort of goo or whatever that keeps them from spoiling, and that means I can just have them in my box whenever I want to, and I don't keep wasting money on bait for brim and things like that, because according to the rules here, you have to catch them by hook. You can't catch them by trap or by, now I've been told differently, but when I actually called the Wildlife and Game Center, they said that as long as you catch them by the hook, you can fish with them whole. So that's what I'm actually going to try to start off to do today. I'm actually going to take these guys, I'm going to put them on a little lightweight rod, try to see if I can grab me a little quick small brim. Oh, there's shad jumping out there already. Oh yeah, they're running them. So Herb, get that in the water so I can start casting out. I've got a whopper plopper shad. It's a large one. I didn't really want to go that big, but I'm going to go with it anyway. And let's see if I can actually get some topwater action today. I'm not sure if I better get you any live action, but if I can get something on the and get the camera set up, I'll record it. All right, I did go ahead and bring my little rod holder because I wanted to be able to set up my big reel. Oh, I'm already getting a bite out there. That's that little waxworm. Hopefully get a brim. So guys, I was getting a little bite on there. I want to make sure my little waxworm didn't come off, and I was reeling it in. And when I did, I actually caught this guy. He actually hit the little waxworm as I was reeling it in. So hey, maybe this is a great sign. Maybe this is going to be something that is going to be pretty cool. So this is a little largemouth. Feels like a little spot when I'm touching his little tongue here. Let me put him back because I don't want to use him as bait. Let's wait for a brim. Okay, I looked away. Oh, there's my cork. I think I'm gonna bail on the idea of trying to grab this bluegill real quick or some little small brim. They are really starting to hit the top of the water out here. As soon as I pick my camera up, they stop, but they are really hitting the top of the water. So I think I'm gonna just maybe just let that sit until I know something's absolutely on there, and start tossing different kinds of whopper ploppers in top water just to see if I can actually get some of this summer blow up they got out here. This is actually, I'm kind of excited. I was catching them a little further out in the creek Saturday morning, but they are in here really tearing the top of the water up tonight. So hopefully I'm going to be able to snag some nice ones and get some action for you on the camera here. All right, I had to throw out a couple of casts, but just to give you an idea of what I'm using the Black Max Ava Garcia, which is just, you know, one of the affordable reels from around here. Trying to remember what the ratio is. I think it's 6:6:1. I'm using an older Ava Garcia BCX pole, very strong. It's a heavy pole. I got it used actually. It's in pretty good shape, but this is what I'm using. The bait I have here is larger than I normally. That's about the size of my hand, just to give you an idea. It's called a whopper plopper here. It looks like the only one I could find, it was a shad color that I was hoping would do this. I also have a smaller one I'm going to be tossing too. That's brim colored. So hopefully we will be able to get something on a hook here in a few minutes. Oh, I guess from the other fishing videos, I forgot to tell you, I'm actually using a 20-pound braid with I think it's a 12-pound monofilament leader on the end of that, so it's a little easier to hide when it's coming across top of the water. This is, I fish it a couple of different ways. I reel it some, and then I'll pop it, and it just kind of gives a more of a skipping like some of the baits doing out here now. I really think this one's going to be too big for me. I'm going to check and see if I got a brim, and maybe get a bluegill deeper out there in the water for maybe a catfish, or hey, you never know, might even get a big bass. But all right, I'm going to be back with you shortly. I'm going to show you this real quick, but they're steadily running shad. I'm going to go change my location real quick, but another little dink that I was reeling in on my little brim pole, and he eat my little grub. I'm actually amazed that these things are killing my grubs. So anyway, let me get over here. Well, the sun come out on me, so that's always makes it harder. That always makes it harder on you when the sun comes out. I still see them hitting a little, but I'm still a little far away. Hopefully we can get some closer to the bank here soon. I'm going to go back to my original plan and try to maybe get a brim. I'm only catching little bass with that stuff. It's the craziest thing. I'm using a micro hook for those little bitty brim. So I'm going to try a little different spot and see if I can get something else. Not sure if you'll be able to see my bait or not, but I'm trying to imitate the way the shad are kind of doing this. How it just spitting water up. I don't know if you noticed it, but little bugs are hitting there, spitting water up out there, and I'm trying to do kind of the same thing with my lure, and then letting it sit for a minute. So trying to imitate the best you can. I know that's the best method according to everything that I've been watching and learning about. Well, I just missed one, guys. I'm sorry. I was actually had to take a work call, so that actually caused me to not give it my full attention. So we're gonna try this again. The sun come out and the wind picked up, and it literally everything stopped by. Even the brim I was getting bites from actually even stopped. So the cloud, I got just a hair bit of cloud cover for a moment. Looks like that's going to blow through, and then it's clear skies. This may be a horrible video, but y'all guys that fish, y'all know just as well as I do that, you know, it's called fishing and not catching. So hang in there. I might better pull something other than those two little dinks out of the, or not even dinks, finger links out of the out of there. Oh, I'm actually going to go ahead too and switch to my other rod. This is probably one of the best setups that I have. Again, that's another Abba. I love Abba Garcia. That's the one I got. It's a medium, 7 foot. Again, 20 pound with, and I'm actually going to be throwing this smaller brim colored one, so I can actually start. I'm going to fish this cove over here because it's just a hair out of the wind. I'm not getting as much chop as ammo there. I don't know if y'all can see the difference there. But this is an H2O. It actually comes from Academy. It is still one of the best of my rigs that I got. So I'm gonna switch over to that and go check my brim pole, see if I got a brim yet. Well, looks like my little brim rods are not quite going to do the trick, and sun keeps coming out, so I got to find some shade. Not just for my head because I'm bald headed, but also for the fish that doesn't like to be out there in this heat. So I'm going to move on around in that cove just a little bit. Maybe I can stir up some of these largemouth that's being kind of lethargic. All right, I made it over here, and about the time I did, overcast, and a little storm blew in. So wind's blowing really hard. Thought I was going to kind of be out of the wind here, but that's okay. And you know, leave it or not, as soon as the wind kicked, I mean the sun behind the clouds, stuff started jumping again. So, you know, just part of fishing. I am going to try to put my brim hook out because I still love to get a brim on the bottom on a big rig I got for catfishing and stuff. But and I'm gonna probably move to a shaky head with a worm on it or something like that because of the wind so tough. But if I catch them jumping again, I got mine ready. You know how the old story goes, you're gonna leave something behind. So I forgot my pole holder, so I have to walk back over here and get that so I don't lose it. Don't want to leave it behind. All right, so we're back now, headed back where my stuff is. Fish is slow. All right, so I'm back over here. I got my pole holder, and I don't see my brim cork, so yep, never mind. I don't know if you can see it's in between that tree there, so I'm gonna check it now that I'm back and get it set back up. All right, guys, I'm switching over. I've got I bought this actually used. It's a Bass Pro Shop rod. It's a spinning Garcia. With this jewel right here, because of the shad, I did dip its tail a while ago in JJ's Magic to give it a little more of a stand out a little bit, but with the sun out and the water is choppy, thought maybe I can stir one up with the spinner bait. We'll see. I know I said I was going to go ahead and go to a worm, but I changed my mind, and I'm going to throw that worm because I've got some cover laying all down in here, in which I'll bounce a shaky head off, I think. But I want to try this first because I still keep hearing popping. I just don't see it because the water's so choppy. Well, guys, I'm going to have to go back and do some more commentary for you on the other, because apparently the microphone I was using was not very good. Hopefully now it'll be a little better for you to hear me. I hope it wasn't too bad. But again, like I said, it's my first YouTube video, so we'll see how it goes. Well, guys, it looks like it was one of those things where it just didn't work out today. You know, it happens. Like I said from the get-go, West Point Lake is it's a really hard lake to fish. So when you do good, take those good days and just help it push you on to the next. Hopefully here in next couple days, I will have my Lucky and Mystery tackle box in. I'd love to unveil them on my boats and fish them while they're being unveiled, but I'm not sure I'm going to get that done this time. I might just have to do a combo unveiling. That's how I actually started doing my videos, is unveiling and putting them on Facebook. So I started watching YouTube videos and I thought it was just really cool. And a big shout out to the Fluke Master for trying to teach people how to fish. That's kind of my goal, and how to do things a cheaper way maybe. That's why I like Lucky and Mystery tackle box. Till the next fishing trip, y'all guys, keep your hooks wet and have fun.